Hi everybody, this is OldschoolDM, Dungeon Master and Paper Crafter. I am making my very first video for sharing about some materials that people have been interested in on papercraft modelers, but I'll share this on several bulletin boards. Give you an idea of what my idea was to do with this special material. I make stuff for my games, my D&D games, out of paper. Some obvious things are 3D terrain like this boat. That's a really cool one. Building parts like columns and walls with holes in them. I also make cardboard figures. This one's with glossy paper. And I also make it with cardstock. Most of the stuff I use 200-pound cardstock from Office Depot. Here's some more of those guys without the stands. They come out really nice and pretty sturdy. Of course, I do some of the obvious things people do, like make maps. These always end up having a really good texture. And one thing I also do is I make cards for my D&D players. I play D&D 4E, and so items, I make special power cards, and then I put them in envelopes, sometimes with backs. These are graphics cards from Paizo, or Paizo, I don't even know how to pronounce it. I've never heard it pronounced out loud. But those are the kind of things I like to make with paper. I also make a lot of scenery and a bunch of other things. But I learned about a new material called FiberStone, which is a paper-like material made out of rock instead of tree. And I found out you can order online, and along with this post I will put the appropriate information. But if you just do look for FiberStone, I got a package from them. They're Natural Source Partners. I'll go ahead and share that in the corner. Natural Source Partners. If it autofocuses, it'll be good. There we go. So this is the unboxing of the paper substitute made out of rock instead of fiber. I probably won't spend much time in this little blurb describing the substance, since you can read about it on the web. But I can tell you the first thing I noticed. I bought the sample package, so I can say whatever I want about it. Although it's worth noting, when I contacted them and told them I was interested in it for paper crafting purposes, I got wonderful help from them. They were very careful to explain that this stuff is not paper. So if anything else you don't know, FiberStone is not paper. And if you don't remember that, when you pick it up for the first time, I gotta tell you, this is just a few sheets. This is a matte finish 8.5 by 11 double-sided 11.2 mil paper. I think there are 10 sheets in here. There might be. Yeah, it looks like 8 or 10 sheets. Likewise, they sent me gloss finish 10 mil. These are all, they sent me the inkjet photo quality paper. They also apparently sell paper that isn't inkjet. They said that basically ink won't stick to rock, which isn't too much of a surprise, I guess. So you have to they're specially coated paper. And they also sent, as part of their sample package, it's a $6.95 sample package, including these sets, plus you have to pay for shipping. It's actually fairly heavy. So here are the business cards. I probably won't be doing much with those during this evaluation. I imagine it's going to be roughly the same, and I'm not really interested right now. This stuff is mostly meant for premium materials, meant for making things like business cards and the like that have special properties. But I wanted to see what you could do with a paper craft, so I'm going to do a bunch of things to it, a bunch based on things people requested. I'm going to cut it with my auto cutter. I'm going to see how it burns. I'm going to see what water does to it. I'm going to see how it folds. I'm really curious to find out what that's like. A couple other things came with the package. Village Green sticker. It's a circular sticker. And this one here says One Love, One Planet, the Love Planet Foundation. So they're claiming this stuff is really green, and they're really kind of defensive about it on their website. I don't know if it's green. I just want to find out if it has interesting properties for paper crafting. So I'm going to just put those stickers away. I don't have any use for them. Like I said, if you play with paper at all, you pick this up, I swear, you feel like you're holding something like this weighs way more. There's only like 20 sheets, and it feels like a ream of paper in weight comparatively. I'm sure I'm exaggerating, but on my senses, I work with this stuff all the time for my craft, and on the senses, it's like, oh, something's wrong with this. It's too heavy. But I'm really looking forward to finding out what that means. So that's the unboxing. I think I will stop the video here and pick up again once I've decided exactly what to do with this. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the matte finish 11.2 mil, which is probably the closest to cardstock, and maybe make some of these figures. I need to make some pirates for my game, so I'm going to make some of these wonderful kinds of figures, which are two-sided. I'm going to use my cutter to cut them out. I'm going to print on them. I want really rich color. See how that compares to this kind of color. And also use my cutter. I've got a Silhouette SD Robo Cutter. And I'm going to see how it cuts it. And what happens is a little perforation on the bottom of each one of these to fold the front to the back. And we'll see how the perf does as a substitute for scoring. If that doesn't do well, I'll do manual scoring. So I think the first project will be cutting up cardboard figures. And this will also give a test of how the glues work. And so I'll probably go into that when I start that project.